let me like put this back just a little bit. Okay, so my lighting is not the best. Probably be better during sunlight, but it's night. So I just felt led to post this. Some of you guys, this message keeps coming out. Honestly, I've been sitting on this message for a little bit, but it's like being reiterated. So these two cards flew out of the deck. The Hierophant and the Hangman wanted to fly out of the deck, and I feel like there's something like you're being called to something greater service. Okay, I feel like this is kind of redundant message for someone, but someone needs to hear it, or maybe a few people need to hear it. So you guys are being called to some type of higher position or authority. Okay, and it does require some type of sacrifice. Now, I looked up the meaning of these three cards because this tarot deck that I'm using, the meanings are very different. So you have the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel in this deck is obviously not, depicted as a typical, but this is Archangel Gabriel, I believe, in this deck, holding the wheel. And Archangel Gabriel is the messenger of God. That's what Gabriel means, Archangel Gabriel. Then you have the star, depicting the birth of Christ. And then you have the Knave of Pentacles, which would be the Page of Pentacles. So I'm going to get into this, okay? I'm going to read the meanings, and then we'll start the reading. So let's start with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, yeah. Number 10, the Archangel Gabriel, a new view of the situation, revealed secrets, change of role. Okay, then we have the Star, which is brilliant idea, positive sign, generous help, and spiritual gifts. Page of Pentacles. Knave of Pentacles. Poor attention to money, distrust of rules, and lack of preparation. Some of you guys are not quite prepared. I don't know who this message is for. It keeps coming out. This redundant message that you're being called to a certain position, and you got to be ready for this. I keep saying it, and it's very near, you guys. Like, whatever this is, it's very close, and some of you guys are not fully prepared for whatever this is that you're stepping into. Like the other parts of the reading, it said new view of the situation, revealed secrets, change in role. So you're about to, your roles and like where your position is going to be is going to change, and it's going to be a high level of a shift. And you have people waiting on you. You have people waiting on your arrival. Like the other reading I did the other night, you have people waiting on you, like divinely assigned people in your life. You play a very significant role. They're waiting for you. You have help, and you're going to get signs of synchronicity, something to keep encouraging you, keep going. But some of you guys are not quite prepared. Now, for some, you might resonate from the perspective of money being like a block for you. Like if you're not good with money management and you're being called to, be blessed with a very large sum of money or wealth that's going to be very significant in whatever you're calling your purposes or this level of authority, you have to be responsible with that, because the whole thing is changing the whole framework. I heard the word framework, I don't know why, but changing the whole societal perception of what authority is, because people that have these money, they hoard it and they keep it to themselves or their families, and there's no edifying the community. It's greed in this. It's so much greed. So I really feel like the divine is speaking about someone really being more responsible with how they manage money, and learning about business, or how to generate more generational wealth, and how to be responsible, or maybe for some of you not to be greedy, or to maybe you have to go through the lesson of going through a cycle where you feel like you're going through a cycle of feeling like you're broke, or worried about money, or you might be at a place where you don't know where your next dollar is going to come in, and that could be a part of the process. And I don't want to speak from a place of a lack of empathy, or from a place of being insensitive to people's situation, because I know what it's like. But I do feel like for some of you that is the case, that it is a lesson to break you out of that reliance upon money and finances and trust, because you are going to come into a lot of money, and it's like, you know, what you do with it is very, very important, because I feel like you are to give back to the community or shift something in your community with your wealth. It's, you know, it's not to be hoarded, it's not to sit on, it's not just for you or your, it's not just for, you know, your family, that you're going to be guided to do something of significance with that money. So I don't know if I need to pull anything else, because yeah, you guys are being called to these high positions, and some of you guys, it is going to be in spotlights with the Star card, the Wheel of Fortune as well. The Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter deals with the planet of luck, fortune, could even be fame, popularity. You know, I think of gambling. I think of winning the lottery. So some of you guys, you know, it sounds like fairy tales and fantasies to people because, you know, average people don't, you know, and yeah, they do. Average people do win the lottery, just not many, you know, win large sums of money. You know, that sounds like fairy tales and folk tales to some people. You know, and we shouldn't strive for riches and fame. That, I feel like that's a place of the ego, you know. But you guys are going to be called in those positions because, you know, the energy shifting in the planet and positions, you know, in order for this planet to shift in a lighter, more loving, more peaceful place. I mean, it's always going to be that challenge of darkness, but it's going to, it always gets bad before it gets worse. And I feel like these people in power, their time is very short. I just keep getting that. Their time is very short. And if you guys feel led to, because this is a scripture that Spirit led me to, like I was led to read the scripture Isaiah 22 and 22. But if you read the chapter from start to finish, Isaiah 22, just start there. It's going to tell you, it's going to show you how all of these people that were in high authority positions being dethroned, and so that they can make way for a new rulership, and the keys being given to someone else, someone that is divinely meant to sit in that power seat, that seat was prepped for them, just for them. So, and the power of being in that position is to assist and help other people, and to bring about that divine loving energy, and to show reverence to our creator, our divine. So these people that are all for themselves and oppressing the people, they got to go. You know, their time is up. So you can't be just like them. And I feel like that's why Spirit is saying, we got to remove, you got to extract this energy out of whatever this is, whoever resonates with this. There's something that needs to be let go of and sacrificed, so that, and this is another thing too, with the hangman has to be put in this position. It's kind of like an uncomfortable position, or what we would deem as like an awkward position to be in, being upside down, hanging upside down. That's not like a comfortable position. So it's like something out of your comfort zone. It does bring enlightenment, okay? It does bring enlightenment from the Most High. It does bring enlightenment from the divine. That's where these new ideas come in. And anytime that we release something, we heal. It's like we just get those revelations, right? It's like certain things we can't see because of our own wounds, because of our wounded mindsets and perceptions of things we can't really fully understand. But once we get the lesson or we heal, it's like all of this information just comes. That's when the revelations come. That's where the downloads, you know, they have ability, you know, the space or the capacity to come in. Now, there's nothing fogging it or clouding it, or blocking it from coming in. Yeah, so you guys gotta work on preparation. I feel like divine timing with the Temperance and the Two of Wands, it's all in divine timing. And I feel like you guys are, it's like two energies coming together. You are going to co-create and collaborate with like-minded people. That the divine is aligning you with these people. I feel like the more and more you heal, the more and more you pour into yourself, lovingly pour into yourself and your healing, and you continue to do this. This balance is, you're restoring your balance, and you're gonna find um, your steps being ordered. You're gonna see the light to your path being lit for you. It's like everything is just kind of mapped out in that way, and you are going to have to separate yourself from what was and be welcoming to the new. Prep yourself. It's the Two of Wands for me is usually a card of preparation. Like you're waiting by the, the Three of Wands is you being ready, you waiting for your ships to come in, you being prepared, you already being at that appointed place where you need to be to get to the next place, right? Or to the next level, or to the next stage, the next chapter, whatever. So yeah, you got to choose to move out of your comfort zone. It's really going to require that. You're not going to be able to go higher unless you come out of your own way. Get out of your own way. Because there's a place that you're being appointed to go. And there's people waiting on you. I'm telling you. It's like, it's people waiting on you. People that need you. People that don't even know you yet, or even know that they need something that you have to bring, something this is from your birth. What is the message, Holy Spirit? What is the message for those that resonate with this message, or this message is for? Paradigm shift. Yeah, you got to be ready. Look, there's that door. That door always comes out, like that message of the door. A paradigm shift. You got to be ready because it's open. And what you're stepping into is not, it's not going to be in your comfort zone. Like, you really got to step out of that. Let me read what the meaning of this card is real quick. And this is number 4. Okay, it says you are undergoing radical growth in your belief systems. Listen, y'all. Now is the time to challenge old attitudes and question previous expectations. You are in an extraordinary time. Great leaps forward can be made in a moment. The world you thought you knew can suddenly break open and a new world becomes your reality. Buddhists sometimes speak of the beginner's mind, that which assumes nothing and therefore it is open to everything. A spiritual psychologist or psychologist. Why can't I talk? I think it's psychologist, my bad. Might call this the inner child, as it is innocent, curious, unfixed, and always learning. It doesn't get stuck. Why can't I talk? It doesn't get stuck on an answer having to be one way. That's the hangman energy. This is openness to the unknown with the curiosity instead. Old souls can sometimes find it hard to recapture their not knowingness. Asking someone with a lot of life experience who have become a bit world weary to drop expectations and look at the world through fresh eyes can be challenging. Yet life becomes more energizing and interesting when you are open and don't hold expectations about what will be. Suddenly, you are receptive to the universe helping you in ways that in the past you did not believe possible, all because you kept an open mind. If you are feeling that you don't really know yourself, your relationships, or your place in the world as you once did, if you are feeling that you once held to be certain now seem to be a little shaky, these are signs that you are going through a paradigm shift. This will bring you new perceptions that will free you to be in the world in new ways. You will find yourself shedding old beliefs, fears, and misconceptions. You are stepping beyond what you have known. You are a little bit like a traveler in a new city, feeling awkward until she gets the lay of the land, and how things operate in that new place. That's the Two of Wands energy as well. This is like dipping your toes in the water, adjusting to the new energies, and coming out of conformalities of your own, the conformity of your own mind, beliefs and dogma, and coming into a place where You shift out of that and you say, okay, I know nothing at all, and you just trust. That's when things will be mapped out for you. Trust. When you let go, you make those sacrifices to come out of that comfort zone, because it is a little bit scary. That's when the revelations come. Okay, so jumping back into the book, it says, as you trust the unexpected and the unknown, the universe will be able to help you in unexpected and previously unknown ways. If you find yourself questioning the views in mass media or spoken in the conversation that those around you are having, take heart and know that you are awakening from a fear-based world into a love-filled reality. Your confusion will soon transform into joy at discovering that you are free and have no reason to be afraid. You are encouraged by the universe to embrace the power you have to be a free thinker. Accept the accelerated mental shift happening for you, even if it creates temporary uncertainty or discomfort. Dare to think thoughts of love rather than lower your vibration by choosing thoughts of fear. Trust for something helpful and empowering is happening in your soul. Okay. Yeah, it is scary. Anytime, I don't know if any of you guys ever like experienced this, or you paid attention when you would go through a level up in your cycle and you're about to shift, that you experience, um, you know, kind of like a new way of thinking, and then you're kind of scared to fully trust it and tap into it. It's like a fear comes over you, burst through that bubble, because this is you stepping into that new door, that unknown. Okay, so I know I'm talking kind of fast and I'm like out of breath because I'm like trying to take in all the messages, but just bear with me. This is what I'm getting for you guys. I hope that this message resonates with you. So whomever is meant for, it's like Spirit keeps beating this message. Like somebody needs to hear it and take it as it may resonate with you. And if it doesn't, don't force it, you know. But yeah, so whatever you're about to step into, just know that you got to free yourself from all those beliefs. You got to free yourself from holding on um, to the things that keep you stuck and restricted. And, you know, the divine, the universe is like, I'm here to blow your mind and other people's mind, because, you know, the things that we've held ourselves captive to and beliefs has kind of kept us in a cycle. And it's like, no, this is a new shift. And the ways in which you think things come and how it could work out, or it's impossible, none of that really matters. Like that is an illusion. And when you step into that energy, that new shift, that paradigm shift within yourself first, you're going to see how things just align, because you don't have those limitations. Children, typically children, you know, they're very free in their spirit, and they have wild imaginations. They have divine minds, divine imaginations, and they believe in things. And, you know, as we look at the kids as adults and like, oh, they're just having playtime. But, you know, kids really do believe in things. They have a strong imagination and a faith. And you have to have that. It's very pure in essence. It's not childish. It's very wise, because children, they're pure in their first early years because they don't have all that programming and conditioning quite yet. You know, they're still pure in their energy. They're still the closest to their source creator. They come down here and then they get brainwashed and conditioned to what's normal, what's not normal. Oh, you should dress this way. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, you can't. You know what I mean? And some kids do have, you know, the blessing of having parents that do instill, you know, them to be individuals, and, you know, still in a healthy way of practicing individuality, and encouraging them, and supporting them in their dreams and their purposes and stuff like that. But you know, it's enough. It's not just in our home. You know, we go to school, we get conditioned. We watch TV, we get conditioned. You know what I mean? So that free thinking, freeing yourself and tapping into the God mind, the higher mind, there's no limitations, there's no blocks. You can't fathom, oh, it can't be me, or oh, it's not. You got to release that. And the worry about the day to day, you know, that might be someone's test, you know, to overcome that restriction when it comes to money and finances. And you got to trust. You really do. Um, And with everything going on in the world, it will have you to believe that, you know, things are shit. And in the essence, you know, in the sense, yeah, things are like pretty crazy, but know that God is bigger than man's plans and man's orders and ways, and it can only be so effective. It can't affect those that are walking in the God mind, and you have to know that. And whatever it is that is of the divine will, it is to be. It is what it is. But know that when you're tapped into that, everything that you see in this physical reality, you'll have a better understanding of it, and you won't allow it to limit you. You won't allow it to cause fear in you. But like I said, these things are very, very real, and you might not see yourself in these places or these positions today, but that does not mean that it's not a reality, and it can't be. But you got to also remind yourself that it's not about you, and you know, bring yourself into a place of humbleness and faith and trust that, okay, this is God's making. This isn't anything that I can control, fix, renege, or push or force. This is happening. You know, the divine is doing this. My spiritual team is doing this. It's already predestined. It's already prophesied. It's going to be. And I can just relax and trust in that, and just stay in tune, stay up to date. What am I supposed to be doing right now? Live life, flow, and just continue to follow the light, because you're going to be led to where you're supposed to be led, period. And everything, you know, when it's God, when you don't have to push or force anything, it just happens. It just flows. It just like the everything in the universe, it just kind of like makes way for you. That's how you know that it's in divine plan, divine order. There's no forcing, there's no manipulative energy, there's no fear, there's no force from other people or things. It just happens in a divine way. That's how you know. Okay. All right, so much love as always. And I just heard trust God. That's what I just heard. um so much love as always. Be blessed, be safe, y'all. Take care. Peace.